Hello and welcome to the podcast. This is the Even Me podcast with More Speaks.
And your girl Kim.
And today we're going to be talking about mental health. So the question is, how does mental health consume your entire life, personal and professional? And then we'll have some more sub questions after that. So, Kim, go ahead and bring us in with mental health and how do you feel it affects your personal life?
Well, with mental health, if you don't get that taken care of, which many of us in the Black and Hispanic communities don't think we need help. I know more in the Black communities. It can affect your family. Your kids can have resentment for you, um, and your significant other because they don't know what's going on with you. They don't even know how to address it. So you may need to go talk to someone because that will cause a lot of hatred, resentment. Uh, what we seen on the news just recently, you know, uh, you know, wife and husband argument, and the wife just couldn't take it and shoots the husband, and the husband in return the son, and it's just a lot that comes with it that we need to understand and see within ourselves. Also, with your mental, you don't have your mental right, your physical start to break down also. And people don't understand that because when you're going through it mentally, your body is going through it with you too. So that could be depression leads to, sickness in the body, and everybody that surrounds you have to deal with that. Being it's your family, it's your co-workers, just people you run into may get a bad experience from you and what you're going through. So how do you feel about it?
Yeah, and we said it before, with mental health, it's gonna be physical and mentally, it's gonna drain you one way or another. If you have a relationship issue with your significant other, or where let's say it be, with your kids or something. Any type of mental issue will is going to affect you and every all your surroundings, like you were just saying. Yeah, basically, it's going to wear you down physically. You're going to be thinking about it every day. And if you don't have that, mental strength to, overcome that issue, is you're going to fall into depression, start to take pills or something, or start to overeat, or start to do something. It could be drugs. If you have like some type of, we see a lot of people with opioids. They start to take those, and yeah, of course, it's that high. It's gonna get you past that moment, but guess what? Later on, you're gonna fall from that high. You're still gonna feel the same way. Your mental hasn't been fixed. You just put it to the side during that time. And then it's gonna start to overlap and start to overcome other situations. It doesn't even have to be with your significant other. It can be with your siblings. You're going to start having issues with your, let's say, your sister, your brother, or someone else in your family, an auntie, or your mother. It just, and we said it before, you know in the black and Hispanic community, we feel that going to get help, is like sissy stuff or something like that. But if you have the right, therapist, that or psychologist or whatever, they can help you, get through this, because once you start to have issues like that and it gets to the point where you might want to start hurting yourself, and it could trickle over to your family. We've seen it many times before where the person can't deal with their life anymore. They're having, issues in their life, and guess what? The first thing they think of, they have a gun. They're gonna go ahead and murder whoever's at the home, and then commit suicide. How many murder suicides have we seen recently? There was just one with where I think it was a husband, and the daughter. He killed her and then killed himself or something like that. It was pretty recent. I think it was within the last week. So Kim, how do you feel about that?
I think it's so much going on right now that we're missing. We're so caught up in social media, trying to keep up. We're missing that our children, are suffering some way or another by generational curses. What they watch and they don't know how to deal with it. Maybe us coming up, we're able to deal with it, but then you got your kids younger than you. They can't deal with what feeling like their parents are not there, not listening, then trying to keep up with society. That's why we're seeing so many kids bringing guns to school. They trying to feel popular. They want to feel wanted. They want to feel attention. So that codependency starts to kick in.
Mhm.
You want to be around somebody because, oh, if I'm showing this and they need me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just getting worse. And sometimes you have to ask your kids, "Hey, are you okay? Is everything okay?" Sometimes when they just go into retreat in their rooms or just with these headphones on, you have to ask that question to these kids these days. And parents don't do that. Even to my older kids, I ask them, "Are they okay?" To my younger ones, "Are you good? Anything going on?" Let me know. Even though I fight myself every day, with things that I have to go through, but I want to make sure they good. I want to make sure that I don't, put that off on them, what I'm going through. So I need to talk to somebody. And that's what I do. So people feel like that I don't need to talk to nobody. I don't want nobody in my business,
Yep.
but you're sitting in your own prison. That's a prison you actually built for yourself mentally. So, and then it started affecting your health because I'm starting to believe now that when you're in that depression, that mental space like that, a lot of people having medical issues. And yet, oh, I don't have any signs of high blood pressure in my family, or I'm not eating all this crazy stuff, so what's going on? Or diabetes. That's I think some of this stuff come from mental health. Your bodies just start wearing down
Yep.
from it.
Mental health and stress. So I'm glad you pointed that out about the kids. Cause I was thinking as you were talking and almost, I was trying to remember it because, when you're dealing with a mental, issue, within your own mind, you tend to forget about your kids. You tend
Mhm.
to forget to check on them. They could be dealing with, similar things, bullying at school. That's a mental issue as well because guess what? They get bullied, and then they start to feel a certain way. And like you said, they're going to want to feel popular. They're going to want to take that gun to school. They're going to
Mhm.
want to do something, to that person because now that mental anguish has built up so long because they've been bullied for, like, let's say, for the whole school year. It's gonna be that one day, it's gonna be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and they're gonna end up, taking the gun to school and taking it out on that person. And once they, shoot that person, that's I'm not 100% sure. I'm not in their mental, but once they shoot that person, the one that's been, doing this, they're gonna continue because now it feels good. I killed this person. Everybody's running. Everybody's scared of me. They used to make fun of me, and guess what? Now they don't. Now I'm gonna be
Mhm.
the one on the news. And that all stems from the family. It's
Mhm.
not just because of school. If you don't talk to your kids or you don't do what you're supposed to with your kids, they're gonna go, like you said, they're gonna retreat to the room and they're not going to talk to you. They're going to put the headphones on and drown their sorrows away. They're either going to cry or they're either going to, just listen to music or something or get on social media and see what other people are doing. And let's say they're on social media and someone else, goes in there and starts talking trash and hypes it back up, kicks it back in and they're, feeling even worse, and if you have a gun laying around the house and you don't freaking have it locked up, or and they're young kids, of course they're gonna just go grab the gun and take it to school. Just look, matter of fact, what was it, 2 days ago, some pretty much like kids, they went to a high school football game with these damn Glocks with the Glock switches. You know what the hell they going to a football game with a Glock switch? I mean, who are you trying to kill? I mean, it's a football game. It's something that the family is going to. It's something that people are trying to enjoy. They're watching their kids. These some of these kids, are going to get into the crossfire and not going to make it to college, or whatever. So, um, I don't know if you wanted to touch that anymore, or you wanted to move on to the professional.
And we can move on to the professional. Yeah.
All right. So I think in everything from the personal is going to end up boiling over to the professional, because not everyone is capable of leaving their home life home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I learned, at a young age. When I was younger, people basically said, don't bring, your problems to work, because I mean, that in itself is horrible. Because if you have a physical job, a job that you have to pay attention, a job that's you got your life on the line every day. Let's say a window washer. These window
Mm-hmm.
washers, they're on a rope and they're teetering on this rope and they're cleaning the windows. They get paid caboodles because they put their life on the line every day. Can you imagine, you know, you you're up on that line and
Mm-hmm.
you're thinking about other things and you forget to, what do they call it, tether? I don't know how they call it, but you forget to harness yourself off correctly, and you lose your life because you wasn't paying attention, your mental wasn't there, you know and that's just one example of many things that can happen. How many times we're driving and you're thinking about something and you're not paying attention. Let's say you're not even on your damn phone. Let's just say you're not paying attention and the car in front of you stops, but you're too busy thinking, hey, I got bills. Hey, I'm trying to do this. Hey, I need to, take care of this. Or I really need to go talk to my kids because this is happening, or something like that. Or is my husband cheating? Is my wife cheating? And you're thinking about tons of things except what's in front of you, and you end up causing an accident, which I'll touch on something after you give us your professional, because I just seen something like just now that passed in the beginning of the year, but looks like it's gonna go through. So go ahead.
I think, many employers, I'm going to say, they don't see that other bosses, I'm going to just say it like this, I'm just put it bluntly. You know, with employers, they everybody there is to do a job, correct? Yeah, they come to work. You're supposed to forget about home and come do your job. That's everybody's goal, correct? But even if you try to leave home at home, when you walk through that door, like you said, it's still gonna come up. But when you got think about it, some employers hire some supervisors that's bullies at work.
Yep.
They are bullies at work. And people don't understand it. Like, how are they bullying you? I have to come to work. I'm thinking my job is on the line because this supervisor, professional, doesn't like me, or doesn't, I can't be my authentic self because this supervisor has an issue, because they may think I know more than them, or I'm trying to come for their position. But really, people try to come to go to work, and or that's their escape to get away from what's going on at home, is to come to work and laugh. But I think many employers seeing that what's going on in the world today, people coming to work with guns, people shooting, at work, or waiting till they get in the parking lot. That, like you said, many people gonna be in this crossfire by mistake.
Hmm.
They need to not just wait till somebody die to bring health professionals to the building. Do it while we are alive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I seeing a health, I mean, a therapist, that's very expensive. I mean, you can get 5, 10 free, visit. But after those 5 and 10 free visit, what happens? Your life is not better. You just talk to somebody about it, and you go back into that depression, and back thinking about it, come to work to deal with all the demands, deal with the bully boss. And what that's when they start shooting and going crazy or whatever. But many employers don't see that. They wait till one of us die and then decide, oh, I'm gonna bring people here to talk to you. No, bring them now. Anybody that want to talk is secretly. It's a room there that you can talk, or you can do like teledoc. You can get on there and talk, and they in another room, and you in another room. Your coworkers don't know what's going on, and you having a discussion with somebody. That's what they need to do, and I don't hear many employers doing that until you look at the news. Oh my God, we didn't know Joe was like that. We didn't know he was so quiet. Joe was getting withdrawn because he had to pull up with all the bull crap y'all put him through. And how many times Joe probably reported that?
I don't
Many
know
times.
much. Yep.
Yeah, and they don't see that. So then when they finally find out that, maybe Joe was saying something right, or Joe wasn't the problem, somebody else was the problem, it's too late because now Joe done went off. Joe done, shot everybody, came to work, and innocent kids, or innocent moms and dads are losing their lives because they swept it under the rug. And I don't understand why. Does it look bad on the employer when the employee is having some issues to bring somebody to the facilities to have a talk? I don't know. But it looks bad when y'all on the news and they didn't kill somebody. Yeah, that's gonna get, that's on the news for 30 minutes, an hour, a day, or whatever it is. But after that, that family has to deal with it. And I just think something needs to be done better. I think it needs to start with, when our professional careers need to start with the employers too. They need to make sure, check on your people, make sure they good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, um, I've been noticing an uptick on, employers actually trying, let's just say trying to do things like that. So like some companies have like an employee assistance program. Some, actually join like they give free subscriptions to the Calm app, so you can calm down, listen to, someone talk and calm you down. So I mean, I think that helps somewhat, but you still need some type of professional help, and I know that many companies have also set it up to where, you got psychiatric help as well. But like you say, if Joe's coming to work and he's still wearing his problems on his sleeve,
Mhm.
and his boss, his immediate supervisor, is doing the exact same thing, guess what? Now it's a clash because Joe's having tons of problems at home. Then he comes to work, and his supervisor, let's say they're having problems of their own. One's having problems with their kids, one's having problems, let's say, with their family or something like that. It's two different situations, but they come to work, and guess what? They're going to clash because at that point, one person is going to, say something, and the other person is going to say something else, and it's going to be a clash of words until they to the point where it gets physical. And then now, like you said, it's too late. Joe is, having an altercation with his boss. And let's say, neither one of them do anything like dangerous. They just have a fight, but guess what? Now, here on out, there's going to be an issue with them, you know, throughout the workday. It's going to be a problem. Every time he sees them, he's going to feel a certain way. Oh, man, he's going to come over here and talk mess about me. Just like kids, when they go to school, it's the same thing. When they see the bully, they're gonna try and stay away from the bully, but the bully's gonna come after them, until they
Mhm.
put a stop to it. So, I mean, it's no matter what you do, I think one way or another, you got to fix your mental health before you go do something dumb. You know, whether you shoot the significant other for some dumb stuff, or you commit suicide or something, or you just go kill people for no random freaking reason, innocent people that have, other people waiting for them to come home.
Mhm.
It's dumb bringing guns to a school, or bringing it to you know a big event because you're planning something. And to me, when I seen the guys that had the guns, that were carrying like red bandanas, so automatically I thought, it could be some type of gang thing. Who knows? But we don't know the full story. I didn't read the full story, but let me mention what I saw. So I was reading. I didn't read the full story, but they're saying that since you love child support, they're they're saying that the child support laws are going to change somewhat,
Mhm. Mhm.
but it's different. It's like, so let's say if I'm driving down the street, and me being a man, I kill the mother of a kid,
Mhm.
I would have to support that kid until he's 18.
Mhm.
That's the new law. And vice versa. I think it was, if you kill the kid, you're gonna have to pay something to the mother or the father or the family, something like that. So
Right.
I don't know. Have you heard of that? I mean, I think it got passed like sometime in the beginning of the year. And it's
Mhm.
like you're gonna be paying child support for a kid that's not yours if you kill them or something like that.
Wow. I didn't even hear that. I mean, how you get blood from a turnip if this person kills some kid? When he be in jail? I don't know how that would work. Because what, they get paid 10 cents in what, hour in prison? I don't know. You
Yeah,
know.
I don't know if it how it works. I think they s- I didn't read how they're gonna come up with the money. I think it's definitely gonna be like what they make at work or something. Some
Mm,
type of percentage or something like that. But I mean, how many people are gonna be able to pay that? A lot of people won't be able to pay that.
that yeah,
But
they'll
I
never
mean, any
receive.
any wages they make, they're gonna garnish them, I guess, pretty quick. It's the freaking state. They
Yeah.
can do it. I mean, we may have to come back and like read more information on it, because I mean, there's a ton of freaking laws that pass and really never make it past to a certain point. But there's a bunch of laws that are out there that we never even knew, and things
Mm.
like that. So
Well, being that we in Texas, I can't talk so bad about the state that I was born in and live in, but I'm gonna just say it. And I hate to say it like this. Texas is a fuck me state. I'm sorry to say it. I see it, with Florida too, but I just see some dumb stuff we have, and it's probably in all other states too. But I'm here in Texas because I can go get a ticket, and they want to lock me up, take a driving license, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They want to do. Texas do, even though you pay stuff. But if I go out there and I shoot you, I can get a bond like in a couple of hours and get released and walk around here, drive around here for the next 2 to 4 years before I even go to court. Because if people don't pay attention, that these people that do this thing, they don't go to court for a while. It's a mother off of OST. Her son was shot and killed. It's been 6 years. The killer has not been to court. 6 long years. So where did that put that woman? I mean, losing your child, that's number one. That's a depression. That it puts you somewhere, mentally, physically, everything, emotionally. But just to watch every month, every year, that this case get reset and reset and reset, and your son or daughter never get justice. That's even worse. So that's what I'm saying. People don't understand what people go through at home. So you come to work and you deal. This person probably never told anybody what happened with their child ever,
mhm.
and comes to work and you dealing with a boss that shouldn't be a boss. I don't know how these people become bosses. They do. I mean, yeah, mouthpiece is a weapon, and it's also a rewarder too. But don't know how to supervise, don't know how to manage. And I don't have to tell you what's going on in my personal, but you have to see something going on in my professional. That's what supervise mean, right? You guys see something going on. My work starting to decline. I'm coming in late. I'm sluggish. Um, my attitude has changed. You got to see something. And even if I don't tell you, pull me, pull that person aside and say, "Hey, Joe Blow, I see something different with you." Or if you can't talk to the person, get somebody else. Cause we see it, and people, and this is what gets me. And I'm gonna get on my soapbox right now.
Uh-oh.
It pissed me the heck off when people make jokes about people and you don't know what's going on in that person's life. Just because you on the high horse right now and nothing bothering you, wait on it. Keep living. Keep living. You may not have ran into your Job season yet, but when it comes, how are you gonna deal with it? And then that other person gonna be looking on you laughing. How would you feel? Because it's just people. It pisses me off when you want to talk about somebody and you ain't been through nothing. Shut the fuck up.
Mm.
Shut the fuck up. That's all I want to say to from 25 on up. Shut up. They don't know this person deal with and constantly dealing with and constantly dealing with. And then now they are alone and they was like, oh, this is a bad person. Ah ha ha, this person on drugs. Ah ha ha, this person alcoholic. How are you gonna judge somebody when it ain't happened to you yet?
Right.
Because as we live,
Throwing stones and you live in a glass house.
that's it. And I hate that. Even though people I talk to and I'm cordial with them, but I just get quiet when they say stuff because you haven't dealt with it yet. And who's to say it's not gonna come? Because believe me, you laugh today, but you will cry tomorrow. My grandmother always told me that. You laughing today, but it's gonna come your turn tomorrow to cry. And
Yeah,
how you gonna deal with it?
that's like someone trying to tell you how to take care of your kids, and they don't even have a damn kid. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
how are you gonna tell me how to treat my kid if you don't have a kid, or you've never babysat a kid or something like that? So I
Mm-hmm.
feel you. I feel you. Look. Just be careful when you step off that soapbox, because
I don't want to slip because I ain't gonna. But I don't just definitely push nobody, especially they mental stuff like that. I worked at a mental hospital for a year and a half, almost 2 years, and you will see the person that's way high. You got degrees and master after masters. I seen one guy 3 master degrees, and this guy was going through it. You know what I'm saying? It was just the breakup. He don't his kids not around that guy. And I one day I just when he was like refreshed and came down, I asked him what happened, what's going on with you, and he just got to explaining that my life just started crumbling. And it was just him trying to make a living for his wife and his kids, and she cheated and she left. And this is what happens. So people don't understand because you haven't been through it. You can't judge a person because you're going to go through yours eventually. So every one of us have, unless you're not living past 45, then you can say, but everybody has it, and it just depends on how they deal with it and the way it comes. But some people can't deal with it.
yeah, like Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. Because it's
Mhm.
true. It's like, okay, you can be a therapist and understand, listen to people, and tell them what to do to take care of it. But until you go through that, you don't know what it is on a hard breakup. You don't know what it is to lose a child. You don't know what it is for your wife to be cheating, and you're out there hustling every day, going to work, and she's probably has a man every day at the house. You go to sleep in the same bed. That's it. Those situations, are very crucial. One, to your mental, and two, to your family, stability. And that's going to hurt. Both things are going to be hurt at the same time. So now, you're gonna fall into a deep type of depression. You're gonna need some type of counseling. And let's say you're a therapist. How does it look? A therapist going to see a therapist.
Hmm.
It's tough, but guess what? You're gonna have to do it because you fell down from your little high, of telling people what to do, or assisting, let's say assisting them, on trying to get over their situations. But when you get to that your point, you're gonna fall into the same situation. You're gonna, you know, be heartbroken. You're gonna want to get, maybe even kill the person. Who knows? Everybody's mind works differently. That's why you need someone to help, someone to push you through. Find that one person that you can spill your guts to, and they can kind of steer you in the right directions while you're trying to find someone to help your mental.
Hmm. And I just, you see it a lot with the younger crowd. I mean, you see it with the older people too. So I can't say it's just young people. It's older people, but never been through it. Because many of them who hadn't been through it yet, yeah, you're paper thin. But people like me and others who've been through it, and we constantly keep pushing. We was built to last. When they said built to last, we was built to last. And for a person that has something to say on everything, oh, she on the bus, oh, she in the strip club, or oh, he is, selling dope, or he doing this. You don't know what they're doing to get their life right. You know what I'm saying? And you can't judge where they came from. Just because you hadn't came there. What if mom and daddy gone and your job gone? How would you react? Would you want to go work at a Whataburger? Would you, that's the only thing you can get? Would you do that? And I just, it just irritates the heck out of me when you hear people who hadn't been through nothing say this. I mean, I'm talking about one of my friends who is married to a big time lawyer, and she been through some things, and she has her own company now, like flourishing, but she too embarrassed to talk about her childhood, her past, because it doesn't fit in the scheme of things right now with her, where she at
Yeah.
in society. And I understand, because her friends, they're not friends, but her associates would judge her, or how they would look at her. Oh, you came from this, you know because we cover up our past. We don't want nobody to know what we've been through and where we came from. My thing of it is, if you got something to say what I've been through and what I came from, you're not a friend of me, you're not an associate of me, nothing. I don't want you in my life. Keep moving. But when it happens to you, don't call me for advice.
All right. So that's been our podcast. Kim is on her soapbox. I need to
Mhm.
get you some theme music. I think that's what we need to do.
Yeah, I need that theme music. Build to last. Something to build to last.
Get you the Ford. What was it? Built Ford Tough or something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. For it. Found on side of the road dead. Or is that what it stood for? I don't know. That's